Breakups are good.
Welcome, stranger.
You are now tuned in.
Tired of not knowing what your loved one wants? Don't know how to communicate your true feelings? Hi, I'm Teja Priyadarshini, and this is a show about love, sex, intimacy, and relationships. Learn how to communicate better and bring back the romance in your life. This is Game, Set, Love. Hi, I'm Teja Priyadarshini, founder for Akashic Cosmic Healing, a spiritual transformation coach, a psychic medium, and a love bug. Before you start shouting at me, hear me out. Breakups are good. Because when you break up with someone and you know that relationship is not working out, there are valuable lessons for you to learn, not just about yourself, but about what you may want in a future romantic relationship. So when a breakup happens, one, this was never meant to be, because if a person is not putting in the effort, not valuing you, or for whatever reason you have broken up, the reasons can be innumerable, but if a relationship is not working for you, that simply means that the two people involved in this relationship are not in the same frequency match. And by that I mean, one could be in a different frequency and the other could be in a different frequency. And when these two frequencies come together, initially sparks might fly, there's a whole lot of chemistry going on, it feels very good, it makes you feel very good. And then once it all starts to settle, that is when the actual reality comes into light. And at that point, sometimes you may match the person or you may not match the person. And usually when a breakup happens, you do not match the person's frequencies. So when that happens, please understand that you are not meant to be with this person, because that person or whoever you are in a relationship with is not the person you should be with ideally in your life. But these people you fall in love with and have a relationship with and go through a breakup with are there in your life to teach you valuable lessons, not just about yourself, but about what you want from your life, from your loving partner. And they give you an opportunity to assess all of that. And that is so beautiful, isn't it? If we meet so many people every single day, but we choose this one person to fall in love with, it is because there is a special bond with this person. There could be a spiritual contract with this person. There could be a karmic or a past life connection with this person. And when that happens, there is always a life lesson for you to learn from it. Many of us, when we have a breakup, we tend to spiral out of control, we act irrationally, we do things that we regret later on. But then there are a few of you who might just take a step back and say, you know what? I've had this breakup and I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling misunderstood, I am feeling all of these feelings right now. So I'm going to take some time to understand me. I'm going to shut myself off from the world for a bit and I'm going to heal and then come back to this. And those people tend to understand love, romance, relationships so much better because they are taking that time to analyze what has happened, what has gone wrong, and you're not blaming just your partner for it, but you're also choosing to see where they're coming from. Why did they act the way they acted or behave the way they behaved or did those things or said those things the way they said them, so that you will get like a bigger picture on this whole relationship that you've had with them. And at the same time, you are also seeing where you might have said certain things or did certain things that did not align with what your partner wanted or desired. This is very, very important. And another thing, what happens nowadays, because everything is so virtual and we are dating people online and we're in situationships and not in relationships, when this happens, we have an idea of that person. For example, when you meet someone on a dating app and you click with them, you vibe with them, you get on a phone call with them, you do a video call with them, whatever else that you do, but you don't really meet them in person for some time. Between the time you connected with this person and before you meet them in real life, face to face, this period, right? This period creates a version of a fantasy in your mind about this person, the potential they have to be your perfect partner, and this potential tends to keep growing and growing as long as you keep talking to this person, getting to know them. You're falling in love with the idea of them and not with the actual person per se. This happens when you haven't really met them or spent enough time with them in physical reality, not in the virtual space. And when that happens, the expectations don't meet the reality. And when you actually meet in person, whatever you expect this person to be, all this, this beautiful romantic version of themselves that you have created in your mind about them, or this version where you have idolized them and put them on a pedestal and thinking, oh my God, this is the best thing that can ever happen to me. When you do that, what happens is when you meet this person in real life, your expectations may not match up. And then there is disappointment. And then there are these arguments or disapproval looks that you give one another. And then that creates this tension, which can lead to fights in the future and then a breakup eventually. So what I would suggest is look at that person for what they are. Do not try to make them look bigger than they are. I mean, some of us do get carried away, especially when a person is being romantic and saying all the right things, doing all the right things. We don't tend to see the real person behind that. We only get carried away or fantasize about all of these beautiful romantic things they're saying or doing, which is okay to a certain extent, as long as you have your feet on the ground, darlings. Because if you are grounded and you know that in reality it's not just about the words, but it's also if your ambitions meet, if your goals meet, if your likes and dislikes meet, there has to be a matching of frequencies. Like I said, if both of you are adults that want to grow together, want to evolve together, then it's a good match. Because when a person comes into a relationship with wounding, like for example, when you have a breakup, there is a tendency to go into another relationship very quickly, and this is called a rebound relationship. So when a rebound relationship happens, they don't tend to last very long. However, sometimes in a rebound relationship, you might find the one who's actually right for you. So it is a bit complicated. Relationships are, love is, but love is also very simple if you look at the facts instead of just getting carried away by what the person is making you feel temporarily. So if you are going through a breakup at the moment, there are a few stages that you will go through, and there are 5 to be specific. The first stage when you break up with someone you really love is called the denial stage. And this may look like, you're not accepting the breakup. You might be so furious about it, but then you tell yourself, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to keep myself busy. I'm going to overcome this and I'm going to just keep moving forward. So you might put yourself in a lot of work to look busy so that you can simply avoid the sensitive discussions that your breakup needs to have. Or you might avoid talking about it to anybody because you don't want to talk about the breakup. The breakup never happened. I am just so focused on my work. I'm just going to go forward. That's the kind of denial stage that a breakup kind of leads you into. The first stage. The second stage is anger. You get very angry with the breakup. You are like, why the hell did this happen to me? Why am I, the person who always gets the short end of the stick? Why can't I have a happy romantic life like everyone else around me? So the anger, the frustration that comes with the breakup is your second stage. The third stage is bargaining. You might negotiate deals with your ex. You might say that, okay, you don't want to be with me, it's fine, but can we still be friends? Can we keep talking? Can we meet once in a while? This is the bargaining stage. And it's okay to go through this stage because you're in your healing process. You're kind of trying to get over this person. So you might think in your mind that I should probably come to like somewhat of an agreement so that I don't completely lose them and I don't completely ghost them, or they don't completely ghost me. So the bargaining stage is something that happens in the stage 3. The fourth stage is when the depression hits. You're sad, you're unhappy, you are sulking, you're crying a lot, and you think that you've lost everything. But be present and validate your experience, because when you start to suppress your emotions and pretend like nothing is wrong, pretend like, it's okay, I broke up, so what, big deal, you are kind of not dealing with your pain, you're not dealing with your sadness, you're kind of suppressing all of that. And what this does is it creates a vacuum in your soul, which does not allow another person to come close to you and give you the kind of love that you actually need. So you're technically pushing people away if you're not dealing with your emotions. The fifth stage is when you start accepting the fact that, okay, this relationship has ended and there are some good things, there are some bad things about this relationship, but I'm okay with it now and I'm going to move on in a much more healthier way. So these are the 5 stages of breakup people usually go through whenever you break up with somebody. And what I would suggest when you break up is to take some time to journal all of your feelings, write them all down and burn those papers up. Because when you write down everything that you're feeling about this relationship, all the anger, the sadness, all of those mixed feelings, those thoughts that are coming up, if you are going to write it down, there is a spiritual method, right? It is the energy of that breakup that goes through your mind, your heart, into your hands, into your fingers, into the pen that you're using to write, and onto the paper when you're writing those words. So it is somewhat like a magical ritual where you are taking all of that emotion and putting it out into a piece of paper and then burning it. When you burn it, it feels like you have released it. So elements like fire, water, earth, and air, they are very useful in creating certain smaller rituals that can help you release some of that pain, release some of that grief that you're feeling, release some of that anger that you're feeling or the sadness that you're feeling. So it's a good thing to write all of that down. So journaling will help. Take time out to sulk about it. Take time out to feel really, really bad about the breakup. It's okay to do that, okay? But try to make sure that you're eating healthy, you're sleeping well, you're getting some amount of sunlight and exercise. This is very important, especially when you're going through something very sad like a breakup. So make sure that you are also taking care of yourself, because you are your number one priority. So make sure that you do all the good stuff that can tide you over to the other side, because on the other side, honey, there is always that beautiful rainbow waiting for you, and there will always be another person who's willing to love you the way you can. But before that, you need to fall in love with yourself. When you are accepting of yourself, when you in your bones feel that love for your own self, when you feel like that, you're going to take better care of yourself. And when you start taking better care of yourself, you are not going to accept anything for less. You will not compromise when it comes to your mental health or happiness. So when someone else is not matching your frequencies, you will know if they're not matching you in the first few minutes you interact with them. Then you just quickly move on to the next person and try your luck with them. And if they match your frequencies and they're willing to put in the effort and love you the way you want to be loved, then great, you've got like another connection to explore. But never, ever, ever close your heart down, because love is the only thing that makes this world go around. So if you are closing your heart down, you're shutting your heart down, it can be temporary, but never shut it down permanently, because that will kill the light within you. So keep your heart open, love fiercely, love fully, love deeply, and no matter how many times your heart breaks, enjoy that feeling, because we are here in these physical bodies as spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings in this physical body having a physical experience, and all these emotions that we feel are of the physical plane. So Imagine that. Like, it's so magical to have all these feelings, experience all these experiences with all of these number of people. So never stop yourself from falling in love. I would say fall in love every single day with everyone around you, including yourself. And the more you fall in love with yourself, it is more likely to attract the kind of person who will match your energies. And baby, that is a beautiful place to be in, because when you find that person who matches your frequencies, your energy, your vibe, then you can co-create with them this beautiful life that you have always dreamed about.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, get in touch with me on Instagram at Teja Priyadarshini, or simply visit my website www.tejapriyadarshini.com. I have so many things going on my website, so do check it out. And next week, we will come back with another topic that you want me to talk about. So keep the messages coming in. Let me know what's happening with your love life, how I can help you resolve some of your love romantic issues, or even issues related with your intimacy with your partner. I'm all in. So let me know what you want me to talk about next. Until then, have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week ahead, filled with love, romance, and all the beautiful things that come with it. Love you guys so much. See you next time. Mwah. This is Game, Set, Love. Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m.